Now, like I said, I've been watching a lot of videos, gathering information, because I like researching before just coming up here and speaking on any topic. The process of how this thing got to it got is pretty interesting. And that is why I said that as a man, the woman we bring into our lives can either break us or build us. And that's very crucial. That's one thing we need to understand as men. It's fun and games to have to be a big shot and have all the girls you want. But one of those girls will be the one that brings you down. The Tate brothers they're dealing with that right now because they keep getting hit with, oh no, she said this girl said this girl said that. And the Tate brothers keep saying, no, but these are the very same girls that we elevated or we groomed or we did this and we helped them there. The Tate brothers keep saying, oh no, these are our baby mamas. And then the people that have the kids again, they keep saying that, yeah, but your baby mamas keep saying this. So the girls you bring in your life play an extremely important role in who you are as a man. Come down to the Yung Filly case, back to the Yung Filly case. This girl that Yung Filly and them met and then had whatever the shenanigans they did in the bedroom. Now this is just how do I put this? This is kind of what I think could have been the trigger to why it happened the way it happened. So Yung Filly and this girl had their sexual intercourse, right? And then it happened the way it happened. He was getting physical. He was clapping her, slapping her, strangling her, all that stuff. But this girl was so in love with Filly that she believed that she was going to marry him. She believed that they were destined to be together. From one of the videos I watched, the club owner even said in the quote that this girl kept DMing them, requesting VIP access in the club. That's how close she wanted to get to Filly. To Yung Filly, to a point where she actually got to the VIP section, managed to interact with Filly, and apparently, according to her, Filly put his hand down her pants and squeezed her bum. That's what she said. That's what she said in court as well. So it goes to a point where it gets to the bedroom, to the hotel room. So this girl already has this perception of Filly being this big shot and the guy of his dreams and someone that she wants to spend the rest of her life with and so on and so forth. And she gives in. She consents to having sex because she did say she gave her consent. And this just happens and she realized that, okay, it's not exactly what I thought it would be because now he's beating me and strangling me and so on and so forth, but it still happens, right? And then it gets to a point where now they leave the hotel. Yeah, they leave the hotel and this is all said in the court. She overhears Filly and the security guard speaking about her and Filly telling the security guard that she wasn't that good in bed. I'm paraphrasing. She wasn't that good in bed. She overheard that. And I think she felt some kind of way once she heard that. And then the second thing now was, when she got home, she sent Filly a DM telling Filly that, I think I left my hotel key. There's another part, I'll just bring it up. I just remembered it now. She told Filly a DM saying, I think I forgot my key at the hotel. And then Filly, Yung Filly did not say, let's go and fetch it, but rather he said, well, I guess you'll have to call the hotel and go get the keys by yourself. Before it even got there, after their sexual intercourse, Filly was hungry and decided that he wanted to order chips. And she wanted a burger. I think. I don't know whether he wanted a burger or she wanted a burger. But there was food involved. Right? He wanted food and she wanted food. Filly got himself food and didn't get her food. And then they went at the hotel. And then she overheard the security and him speaking. And then she wanted the keys, but Filly didn't want to go with her. So I'm guessing all this made her realize that, hey man, this man hasn't actually liked me. This man just used me. This man just slept with me and now he's going to go on with his life like I never existed. At that particular time, she is deep in love with this man. She sees this man as the guy of his dreams. I can't blame her. Valid feelings, right? She's not the first, neither will she be the last. Any woman that's in the presence of stardom is always going to get starstruck. So Phil is this big guy to her, and she's like, oh, this is my chance to, have the life I've always wanted with this man that I admire. And it so happened that things didn't happen the way they happened. And that could be one of the reasons why she decided to open a court case against him. That's one of the reasons why she decided to take him to court. Who knows? Maybe it was to end his career. Maybe it was to teach him a lesson. Whatever reason it is that she decided to take him to court is definitely her own and her family, because family was involved. But all I want to say is that, man, and as much as it's hard, because you never know who you're going to meet, but we need to be careful with the ladies we bring into our lives. Like I said, Philly had a very, very promising career, and all that now is washed away. It's all now in the past. His sponsors, his endorsements, his affiliated companies he was working with, they've all pulled away. They've all pulled away. In fact, the moment he got arrested, that week of his life was chaos, because all sponsors and endorsements started pulling away. His own friends, Chunks was quiet. He even dropped the video saying, guys, due to the nature of the case, and we all know it's ongoing and still pending, I cannot say anything. He never once came in defense of his friend. Regardless of whether your friend is guilty or not, but at least the one thing you can do is at least say that I don't think he did it. It does not implement you in the case. It does not automatically say you knew that this is the type of life he lived. It doesn't. All you had to do was, I don't think my friend did that. But no. His friends went quiet on him, endorsements, his sponsorships all pulled away. And like right now, Philly's entire life will never be the same again. It honestly will never be the same again. And it's all because of a woman. Look, you might want to come against me and say, no, it's not because of her, it's because of him and his bad choices. That is true. But that's why I'm speaking to you now as a man to man, a man that's watching this right now. Be careful with the choices that you make. I'm not saying you're always going to be 100% correct. I'm not saying that you never make mistakes. But be careful. Be careful. Because the very same woman you think, this one is going to be careful, or this one won't do, this one does, might just be the one that will just end your entire life.